Yo, what's up, everybody? How are y'all doing today? Hope you're doing well and having an amazing winter break so far. I plan on playing Black Ops Declassified today, but the PlayStation TV doesn't support Black Ops Declassified, probably never will, and if I wanted to, I would have had to do some hacks and other shit to actually just play Black Ops Declassified on the PS TV. So it's possible, but would probably be crap. And yeah, I don't feel like going through some hacks that I don't know how to do and looking up some YouTube tutorials. And I could have played Need for Speed, which I also have on the PS Vita, and a PS TV supports it, but you need to jump through yet another hoop, an HDMI splitter. I used my HDMI splitter, and it didn't work. So I just settled with GTA 5 and changed the topic of today's video, because when it comes to the PS Vita, I see a lot of people say that it's a flop, but is it really though? So today's topic, you guessed it, is the PS Vita a flop or not? Let's get right into this one. First off, let's talk about advertisement. This is fully 100% Sony's fault. First off, when the PS Vita came out, it had good advertisements, but the only good game really convincing people to buy it was Black Ops Declassified, and that wasn't available right off the bat. And when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh shit, handheld Call of Duty, it's back!" But this time it's actually good, and it was okay-ish. For a handheld game, it was great. Better than COD 4 for the DS, without a doubt in my mind. But other than that, there was nothing special about it and had like one badass cutscene in the missions mode where you just punch this dude in the face, strap a C4 to him, push him into his buddies, and blow him up. So yeah, I liked that. And the multiplayer was too close quarters. Nuketown was cut in half, making only one house, and it was renamed Nuke House. So there wasn't really anything super special in the game, but it was hyped up to be good. Shit, sorry. I'm a little sick and I'm trying to do this in one take. I got this, I swear. And it should have been overhyped. They wanted people to buy it. And it wasn't false advertising, but it was overhyped and it was kind of dumb how they did that. And another thing on advertisement, if Sony wanted people to purchase the PS Vita, it would have been smart to make it not super difficult to record gameplay. You have to jump through hoops and hoops to record gameplay. If you want to record Black Ops Declassified, in my opinion, the PS Vita's flagship game, you have to get a PS TV, which is also something nice to have. Really just PS Vita games on the TV though. I do like it, but I wish this HDCP thing wasn't there. You need an HDMI splitter for that, and that's not a guarantee that it'll work. I wasted $25 on one, unfortunately, and you guessed it, it didn't work. There are videos out there on splitters that work, and I'm going to try to find one that will work because there are some fun games I feel like it will be fun to showcase on this channel. Need for Speed and Killzone Mercenary come to mind. But advertising would have been so much better if you didn't need to disable HDCP, which you can't do on the PS TV. And yes, it's extremely annoying. I'll need to find an HDMI splitter for that, my boys. I'll try my best if people want to see that. Now, let's talk about the Vita's library. The first games released for the Vita are The Lost Dimension, Uncharted Golden Abyss, Wipeout 2048, Lumens, Minecraft, Don't Starve, Killzone Mercenary, and like 20 some other games. Killzone has always been a game that's slept on, honestly. The entire series. Killzone 3, Shadowfall, and even Mercenary were some games I enjoyed playing. Mercenary is considered the best FPS handheld game, and rightfully so. Now there have only been 5 PS Vita games released in the past 3 years. Since 2016, the only games to come out for the Vita are Persona 5, Danganronpa, if I even pronounced that right, what the fuck, Fate/Extella, World of Final Fantasy, and 7 Scarlet. Those are basically weeb games, and I'm sorry if I offended any weebs out there with that, but if you're a weeb, the PS Vita's newest games are perfect for you. The best current PS Vita games are Need for Speed Most Wanted, Black Ops Declassified, Breach and Clear, Killzone Mercenary, Jetpack Joyride, and Minecraft. Fuck Minecraft, but it was actually fun for a bit on the Vita for me. Honestly, the Vita's library is okay, nothing super special about it, but it's aight. The Vita's value isn't super expensive these days anyway, so you wouldn't be scammed. The Vita is relatively cheap these days, so it's a good time to purchase a Vita. However, Black Ops Declassified is around $30 to $35 these days, and isn't really worth that price. I'm sure y'all can find a steal though. So yeah, good games, good console, sometimes low prices. And how about sales? I'm going to compare the sales of the Vita to the PSP because the PSP is the old handheld PlayStation console. If you don't know what it is, your childhood sucked. Just kidding. It was an okay console. Well, not okay, it was actually fun for its time, but yeah, it was a part of my childhood. I'm sure you had a DS or a Wii or something if you didn't have the PSP, but video games back in the early 2000s were so much fun, and the PSP is a reason for that. The PSP has a total of 82 million sales in its first 4 days in Japan. The PSP 3000 made 141,000 plus sales and 267,000 plus throughout the month of October in 2004 in the States. The PS Vita has 10 to 15 million sales overall, and that's just an estimate. Excuse me. Sorry, I have Ebola right now. Bear with me. The Vita has a strong launch in Japan with 300,000 plus sales, which is more than the PSP's first days in Japan. Which is basically more than double the sales it made in Japan on the first few days. In the US, the system debuted with 200,000 plus sales in the States, which is also good. By February 26, 2012, 4 days after the official release of the PS Vita, 1.2 million units were sold at that point. The sales started strong, but unfortunately began to underperform and didn't quite sell as much as the PSP, but it sold an okay amount of units. So, obviously, not close to as much as the PSP, but still not bad considering handheld gaming wasn't really, I don't know, kind of up there. It was more so the PS3, the Xbox 360 at that time. Call of Duty was at its peak then, so it wasn't really easy to get the concept of handheld gaming super over again. It was more so over in the early 2000s with the DS, the PSP, and it's kind of back with the Switch, but I still think more people are over on the PS4, if anything. Support for the PS Vita is actually really good, though. Although the amount of people on the Vita isn't stellar or absolutely incredible, Sony supported the console for the people who did invest in the Vita. New games, new deals, even still free games with PS Plus. Unfortunately, the Vita support is ending in 2019, and I believe they're ending PS3 support as well, if they haven't already. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they ended it already. Hopefully they didn't. I'll look into that, but I think they're ending it as well. Time to move on, I guess. The PS4 is the flagship console and the second best-selling video game console ever. Might as well move forward with the PS4, and maybe someday with the PS5. The PS3 and Vita are great consoles, but I understand and respect the move. It doesn't mean the end for old COD servers or anything on the PS3 or Vita, at least I don't think, but no more updates, and ultimately, no more free games or deals, and no more games to be released for either of those consoles. I don't think there's been a PS3 game in a while anyway, so oh well, you're not really going to notice anything new if you still play your PS3 a lot. Everything is now going to be strictly PS4 with Sony. Remote play is a very cool feature in my opinion. You can stream games, apps, and other things to your Vita from your PS4. I haven't gone crazy with this feature, but I did Minecraft because why not? And I wanted to see if it actually worked and wasn't a shite feature that was a complete lie. But no, it's good. It works. And it's pretty cool. I don't see the Xbone doing anything like that. Get on it, Microsoft. But yeah, that's one of the coolest things you can do with the Vita, remote play. You can't have McDonald's Wi-Fi to do this, and if there's a lot of traffic, like other people connected to Wi-Fi playing their games or some shit, it probably wouldn't work out super good for you, but go for it. I love remote play. It's pretty rad, dude. With the graphics, clearly the PS Vitas are way better than PSPs. I mean, it would be almost like comparing the Nintendo 64's graphics to the Switch or the Wii U's, because obviously the technology used to produce these consoles are a lot more advanced now. The PS Vita has good textures, sometimes a little choppy, but has playable games like Need for Speed. The graphics aren't mesmerizing, but there's only so much you can do with a handheld console. In Need for Speed, the sunsets look realistic, and the city looks beautiful too. With Black Ops Declassified, it's playable for sure, and doesn't have a whole lot of open world, but a great amount, I'd say. More so in missions than multiplayer. But yeah, the Vita has good graphics, not super amazing, but again, only so much can be done with a handheld console. Overall, the PS Vita is not a flop. The Vita could have been better, but at the same time, really could have been worse. The Vita has some fun games and are still kind of worth playing in 2018. Black Ops Declassified still has some servers running, and you could probably find some decent games. It's not that hard to go off in that game either, so you'll have a good time murdering everybody if you suck at Black Ops 4. Support is still there, and I believe there is a free game if you have PS Plus at the moment. Remote play will always be there, and if you want your fave PS4 games in the palm of your hands, go for it, main. Graphics aren't terrible either. The most graphically appealing game for me is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. So the Vita is not a flop, like I see some people say, but it's not the best handheld console. That would be the Switch, in my opinion. And that's all I got for you guys in this video today. Do you own a Vita? Do you think the Vita was a flop? Let me know down in the comments below and give me your thoughts on this handheld console. And if you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like, maybe a comment, and subscribed for more. Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch will be down below in the description. Thank you all for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.